what ADHD really is, the confusion a little bit with the DSM-5, and is it ADD, is it ADHD, is it still inattentive, is it really inattentiveness? So there's a whole
Yes.
lot. If you could speak a little bit to what really ADHD really is.
Absolutely, because I struggled with it. So the DSM-5 came out in October of 2013, and at that time, um, at that time, that was the DSM-IV. So DSM is the Diagnostic and Statistics Manual that we have to use for diagnosing, and they give guidelines for it. And the difference between the DSM-IV to the DSM-5 for ADHD really didn't change all that much, except a couple of things that were really critical did change. And one of them was that you couldn't make the diagnosis of ADHD in someone who has another developmental disability like autism. So for the first time, you were able to say children with autism can have ADHD as well. And so that was a big change. And the other thing was that you needed you have a criteria of uh, nine diagnostic points for inattention. Oh, hold on. Here's the DSM-5. So for inattentive, you need 6 out of 9 positives, and the bottom is hyperactivity, impulsivity, and you need 6 out of the 9 for those to make the diagnosis. Come age 17 and above, you only need 5. Now, the bottom line to it is that I don't like the term ADHD at all. I don't think it's correct. And Russell Barkley in particular was one that pointed out a very big difference about what ADHD is all about, in the fact that it's more about motivation and not really about attention. So when we use the term ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, that's my jumping off point right away for parents. I don't like the word disorder. Disorder means there's something wrong. And I absolutely do not think there's anything wrong with individuals with ADHD. As a matter of fact, it can be an advantage. So I try to demystify the term. And the other thing, it's not an attention deficit. So we say attention deficit. Well, if you have a true attention deficit, that should be seen in everything that you do. That is not the case in ADHD. If a child likes something, whatever they like, put them in front of a video game. Do they have a problem with attention? No, they can beat you easily because they're so focused in on that. But you give them math homework that's boring, and you're going to hear that term, this is boring. Everything is boring.
Yes.
And things that are boring, or the word for us is salience, things that don't have much meaning to them. That's the struggle with ADHD. And so they struggle with that tremendously. And that's one of the biggest problems. So it's really not attention. It's about how do you motivate that child to do the work that he doesn't want to do.